Coming up on SUTV News, we will be telling you about what is happening on campus.
And more about Cedar City. Stay tuned.
Hey, I'm Mike Rowe, here today to encourage you to connect with 811 before you dig.
And I'm Mike Rowe, and I'm here because I love to dig in the dirt.
It's true. He's also here because he's very small and not that bright. Here, for instance, we can see Micro doing what he loves to do. And here we can see the consequences of not doing what he should have done. Dude, why didn't you call 811?
I forgot the number.
See? Not that bright.
Welcome to SUTV News. I'm Christina Schweiss.
And I'm Cormac Bone, and I played Donkey in Shrek in high school. There are soda shops aplenty all around Cedar City, but up Highway 130 past the bowling alley in Enoch lies one of the area's lesser-known soda establishments. The Big Sipper recently received a minor overhaul and offers numerous out-of-this-world specialties, such as the Sunbeam and the Shooting Star. Want to add some taste to your water? Try one of the Planet Hydrate waters, such as the Zero Gravity. Be sure to give one of the gourmet popcorns a try as well. The Big Sipper might be a little bit out of the way, but this outer space-inspired soda shop is well worth the blast off to Enoch.
About a month ago, the Southern Utah University Student Association and the Student Involvement and Leadership Office held a community conversation to discuss House Bills 261 and 257, recent pieces of legislation that will affect inclusion efforts on campus. Many students expressed distress over these changes and shared worries regarding their future safety and security. Faculty also attended the event, offering support and sharing alternate resources available to students. Ariana Marroquin, SUSA's Vice President of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion, helped organize this event so that students could hear from their peers and discuss the future of diversity efforts on campus. Hector Cedillo-Tellez is the president of the LSA and a member of the DEI Council. He shared his own feelings about the bill during the conversation.
I think the goal tonight was just kind of to allow students to cry, to feel, to express any frustration, confusion, or anger that they felt toward the bill. Because, I mean, we had a couple students just come out today, like they've just been spending their time in the room reading the news and not knowing anybody else to go to or to talk to about it. And so I think this was this environment to allow people to actually grieve, to feel a sense of community, and to hopefully get some change and some hope and courage out of all of this.
Chick-fil-A is located in the Sharwan Smith Student Center and feeds members of the SUU student population every day. Our reporter Lily Brunson visited the campus staple and interviewed students about the best chicken on campus.
SUU's favorite on-campus dining option is Chick-fil-A. The popular fast food chain known for their chicken, lemonade, and milkshakes is frequented by students every day. Chick-fil-A team lead Kylie Gale helps feed these hungry students and create a friendly and fast-paced atmosphere.
It's just got a really great atmosphere, one of the best work atmospheres I've ever worked in. Everyone's always more like a family than a team. We love working well together and communicating with each other, and there's just always this really fun, lighthearted, happy energy around us.
T-Birds love their Chick-fil-A, and campus dining services even has a meal plan option that is exclusive to the restaurant. With few on-campus options for a meal between classes, there's almost always a line.
Usually when I'm here I get the #1 deluxe without pickles, but today try not to spend as much money and just like kind of study pick-me-up, so just fries and ice cream cone.
Students looking for a midday treat on campus have limited options. One student hopes that dining services will eventually expand.
I wish that there was like Taco Bell, I wish that there was Wendy's, like McDonald's.
Until then, T-Birds will continue enjoying Chick-fil-A for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. For SUTV News, I'm Lily Brunson.
Cedar City residents are already going bananas for the newest treat shop in town. Dippers serves frozen delights in the form of chocolate-dipped bananas with toppings of all sorts. Run by local SU students and siblings, Olivia and Ian Small, Dippers got started with a booth at the Cedar City Farmers Market. On January 30th, the duo opened up their official location and was met with incredible reception. Dippers is located at 18 North, 100 West, across from the Johnson Center here in Cedar City, and welcomes all in their new adventure.
During this cold season, there are fewer places to be outdoors. For a place with the right temperature and plenty of room to move around, Quail Creek State Park is a great choice. Quail Creek State Park is located in Hurricane, about 10 minutes from St. George. The temperatures are perfect for families or friends to go relaxing. This is also a popular place for fishing. Because of the cold weather, a lot of the people who live in Cedar City choose this place for fishing. Not only that, but the park also opens up a water park in the summer where kayaks are available for rent. Inflatable platforms are set up on the water for an adventurous experience. This is a rare experience during the season where you can get close to nature for outdoor activities.
Especially like during the winter season, because we're from Cedar City, so when it's cold you can't really go to the lakes up there as much. So down here it's nicer because it stays pretty warm down here. So
Students looking for entertainment with friends need look no further than Noggin Games. Noggin's Games is a locally owned and operated game store with all manner of tabletop and card games. There is something there for everyone. With a comprehensive demo library and play space, Noggin welcomes guests to enjoy the atmosphere in the store. Combined with its active local community and regular scheduled events, Noggin Games is a must-visit for those looking to spend a night of fun with friends.
The Thunderworks Makerspace hosted their first Fix-It clinic about a month ago. The Makerspace, located in the Engineering and Technology Building, Room 106, is a campus resource for creation. With professional tools and equipment such as a laser cutter and a 3D printing station, all students are welcome to come learn in the space. At Fix-It clinics, students will be taught by a repair coach on how to maintain their belongings to reduce the waste of fixable items. The next clinic will be held on March 11th. To learn more about the resources at your disposal, visit the Thunderworks Makerspace webpage on suu.edu. Stay tuned for more on SUTV News.
We'll be right back.
Oh, hey, bud.
Oh.
Where are you headed?
Just gonna hang out.
It's a school night. With Gary and Todd?
Yeah.
Not sure about those two. I've been meaning to ask you. This is tougher than I thought. Is there any drinking going on in this crowd?
No.
I hope not, because alcohol can lead you to say things and do things that you really wish you hadn't. Isn't this what you're supposed to say?
I know.
So if any of your buddies ever pressure you to take a drink, just tell them you promised your dad you wouldn't. I'd do anything to keep you safe.
Okay, I will.
I hope this is working.
I promise. Love you too, Dad.
They really do hear you.
Brian.
Yeah?
So start the conversation even before they're teenagers.
Good idea.
For tips on what to say, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov. A message from the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration.
Welcome back to SUTV News. Spending time outdoors is difficult in the winter, especially when snow and ice cover popular recreation trails. The Cedar Canyon Trail is one of the many paved trails in Cedar City. The 2.7-mile trail begins at Cedar Canyon Park and follows Coal Creek alongside the Canyon Road. Taking just about an hour to complete, this is a popular trail for people looking to get outside in the winter. Cedar City helps to maintain these trails year-round to keep them dog, bike, and wheelchair friendly.
As the SU film program has gained more traction this last year, Cedar City begins to reestablish itself as a gateway to the movie industry in Utah. Our reporter Bryson Olson has more on the recent commemoration event on filmmaking in Utah.
The Cedar City Tourism Office partnered with the Utah Film Commission on February 3rd to kickstart the commemoration of 100 years of filmmaking in Utah. The event featured a film titled Finding Deadwood Coach, written by Professor John Smith and produced by the SUU Advanced Video Production class. Along with Finding Deadwood Coach, several films created in a 48-hour film competition from the weekend prior were also featured at the event. The competition allowed new and upcoming filmmakers to hone their creativity and technical skills in filmmaking. As film becomes more prevalent in Utah, directors like Reese Kaiser are excited to see the progress of the industry.
It means that I think that we could really bring film to Utah. Right now, the film industry is decentralizing away from California. I think it'd be really cool if we can actually get people to come to Utah, and I know the Utah Film Commission's doing it. They're trying to pave the way for future filmmakers. So I think that people should just start getting more involved in the film community.
The Utah Film Commission features an exhibit on the 4th floor of the state capitol, along with a traveling exhibit to celebrate the 100th anniversary. If you would like to learn more about filmmaking in Utah, you can also visit film.utah.gov. That's film.utah.gov. For SUTV News, I'm Bryson Olson.
Many parts of the country have gotten unusual weather this past winter. Reporter John Smith tells us about a very unusual sight in the California desert.
Typically, visitors to Death Valley National Park come to see the hottest spot on the planet. They come to see the interesting rocks and the desert wildflowers. They come to see one of the driest places on Earth. But for the past few months, many have come for a different reason. They've come to see a lake that only shows up every 25 to 100 years.
An amazing sight. You never would have expected that. I used to come to the desert in California, and it was always so hot and dry. This is just, it's a miracle.
This miracle came about from hurricane rains last November. While the lake filled, nobody could get here because most of the park's roads were damaged by flooding. Now the roads are fixed and the tourists have come.
It's just crazy that this is one of the driest places in the world, and now there's a lake that you can effectively boat on. I walked out there this morning and I had my tripod set up, and it was gorgeous. It was calm. You could see the reflections of the mountains in the water, the pink clouds. It was absolutely beautiful.
The lake is about 2 feet deep, 6 miles long, and 2 miles across. There's a sign on the valley wall showing the lake to be over 200 feet below sea level. Salt crystals float on the water surface.
The intent was to drive 7 hours, camp here at night, and then come over here during the day, and then drive home tonight. So it's a very specific trip with the intent to solely do the once-in-a-lifetime kayaking.
Park officials estimate the lake will be here for another couple of months, and people can continue to wade in from the boardwalk. But later, after SUTV shot this video, the park closed the lake to boating because of the damage to the mudflats from people walking on the mud with their boats to get to the water.
It's incredible, truly incredible.
Yeah, it's been pretty awesome to see.
For a brief period, some boaters got to experience a once-in-a-lifetime event, boating in Death Valley. For SUTV News, I'm John Smith.
As the weather warms up, more students are looking for outdoor activities. Our reporter William Heaton has more.
The Southern Utah University Outdoor Center is encouraging students to plan their next outdoor adventure. Inside, you'll find helpful reference guides on worthwhile travel locations and rentable supplies.
SU Outdoors is essentially a social hub. We have all sorts of activities like trips and our local LEAP events. We also do a bunch of gear rentals. Basically everything that you see in this shop is rentable. All the stuff behind me is to buy. Basically just want to get SU students outdoors.
In addition to supplying student trips, the center also arranges events for the student community.
We have all of our events listed and scheduled out. On one of the monitors we'll have our trips. Those are the ones that go outside of Cedar City, and they're more like our bigger trips. Some are free, some cost. Depends on the trip. But there's like hiking and camping and river rafting, and some other fun bigger trips. And then on the other monitor we have our local events that are like a 30-minute drive.
With trips near and far and supplies to assist in any outdoor activities, the SUU Outdoor Center encourages students to stop by and map out their next adventure. Reporting for SUTV News, I'm William Heaton.
St. George is full of outdoor activities. We go to Keller Sherman with more.
Dixie Rock and Red Hills Desert Garden sit adjacent to each other in the red foothills of the biggest city in southern Utah, St. George. Want to follow up your hike at one of the STG's most notable landmarks with a casual walk through a garden? This could be the place to go. We spoke with a local about how they highly recommend this place.
I really love Dixie Rock hike because it's just so peaceful and relaxing, and it's really not that difficult, so pretty much anyone can do it. I would say it's a beginner's hike, which I love that. There's a lot of versatility. People can use it and stuff. And yeah, it's just really gorgeous, and I just love it. It's a really great place, and especially right now at this time of year, we're so blessed to have such beautiful weather. So yeah.
At Red Hills Desert Garden, a leisurely walk will result in encounters with various plants and even some fish in the stream that flows through the garden. Visitors can read more on these botanical features and aquatic life while strolling through the park. It can be a great reward for completing the somewhat challenging yet beginner-friendly hike next door at Dixie Rock. Breathtaking views of the city can also be seen from both the garden and the hike. From SUTV News, I'm Keller Sherman.
Coming up on SUTV, we've got the weather. Stay tuned.
For too many people, this can be the gateway to opioid addiction.
My son was in pain. He needed something after surgery.
I was prescribed opioids. I didn't realize the risk.
Our family was changed forever by opioids.
Meet 3 everyday Americans whose lives were devastated by opioid addiction.
Everyone says, it can't happen to me.
It can't happen to me.
It can't happen to me.
Tell that to my son.
Tell that to the 3 million people who become long-term opioid users every year after surgery. The truth is, we didn't know we had options other than opioids after surgery, but now we do.
I never thought addiction would be part of my life story, but it is.
Visit planagainstpain.com/gateway to hear their full stories and learn about non-opioid options for managing pain after surgery.
Welcome back to SUTV Weather. I'm Brooklyn Monson, and we're going to take a look at the weather here in Cedar City, Utah. But first, I just wanted to say Happy National Cereal Day. You guys, we're getting closer and closer to St. Patrick's Day, so I wanted to honor those Lucky Charms. You're always after me, Lucky Charms, stuff like that. So everybody eat a bowl of cereal today. Just looking at this weather forecast, it is definitely raining outside, so it is 100% chance that is raining outside. So please stay dry. Please make sure that you have your windshield wipers, that they are wiping correctly. If it wipes away in one swipe, then it's good. If not, then try to get them replaced. But right after that, we're going to get more up into the 50s degrees and see a little bit of sun this weekend. And you know, it's a great time to get out, have a little walk, stuff like that. And then we're going to see a little bit of high winds and clouds later on into the week, which I'm personally excited for because I like the little bit cloudy sort of moody weather, stuff like that. But it still needs to be warm. So I'm excited for that. Just looking at the radar here, it's definitely very, very wet and rainy here in Cedar City. So if you are traveling, make sure that you are going slow, you're going safe, and that, you know, you're just being safe. But definitely from like St. George up till like almost Fillmore area, today is going to be a wet drive. So slay. Be safe and kind. That is all that I have for you. Thank you so much, and back to you, Christina and Cormac.
Thanks, Brooklyn.
We love Brooklyn.
Yeah, you got to be careful if you're driving to Beaver. You've already made a poor choice to leave Cedar and go to Beaver.
Facts. Who would want to do that?
Plus the weather?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Nasty.
Why? Why would you choose this?
Why would you do that?
Just to go get one of those I Heart Beaver keychains? You're making a mistake.
I need to get one of those before I graduate. Just for the fun of it.
Just to be in Arizona. Guess what, guys? I like Beaver.
I love the Beaver. That's so bad. That is so bad. Anywho.
Coming up on SUTV, we have more on SUU women's basketball and national sports news.
Stay tuned.
Welcome to SUTV Sports. I'm Aiden Mortensen. On Monday, March 4th, the Southern Utah Thunderbirds hosted the Brigham Young University Cougars in gymnastics. Our reporter Gabe Small has more on the historic meet.
This last Monday, the Southern Utah Thunderbirds faced off against Brigham Young University in gymnastics. Although it was a close affair, the Thunderbirds came out on top with a score of 197.125. One standout from the meet was Nia Randolph, who boasted an impressive all-around score of 39.6, setting the standard for both the Mountain Pacific Sports Federation and the Southern Utah record books.
We kind of knew this was an eventuality for Nia. She's that good on everything. And up till this point, she'd pick one event just to kind of mess up a little bit on, but not tonight. She looked pretty solid everywhere, and I'm so proud of that kid. She's been knocking on that door for a while. And now,
while she has already set the record for both the MPSF and for SUU, freshman Nia Randolph is very excited about her future here at SUU.
I'm so excited for my future here. You know, being just a freshman, I know this team can grow a lot more, and we all can just build together, and next 4 years will be great.
If you want to keep up to date on SUU Gymnastics, follow SUU Gymnastics on Instagram. With SUTV News, I'm Gabriel Small.
Wow, on the topic of SUU sports, it's a big week for the SUU Women's Thunderbirds, looking to clinch the final playoff spot in WAC Vegas. First, taking on Stephen F. Austin tonight and UT Rio Grande Valley on Saturday. A sweep of these teams almost guarantees entry into the postseason. The SUU softball team continued their winning ways over spring break at the UC Riverside tournament, going 3-1, capped off with an 8-1 victory over UC Riverside. Spring break is an opportunity for students to take a break and relax from school, but for two SUU students, they took a very special opportunity.
Over spring break, two SUU students had the opportunity to participate in an internship, producing and providing commentary for the 1A state basketball tournament. Students Dallin Richards and Aiden Mortensen had the opportunity to work with 1aball.com throughout the tournament, learning skills from camera work to running a TriCaster stream.
I think the best part is just being here, seeing all the local teams come out and all the communities coming out supporting them. Brings a great environment, and I mean, watching basketball is always great.
The pair also had the opportunity to meet public figures like Governor Spencer Cox and University of Utah President Taylor Randall. The duo covered 30 of the 56 games of the tournament, gaining experience in all areas of sports broadcasting.
Favorite game so far was definitely the Milford girls today winning in overtime on a buzzer beater three-pointer. It was electric over at Ridgeville High School, and I mean, just seeing the fight to play for another day after being down by 13 in the second half and then coming back, forcing overtime, and then a freshman hitting the shot was cool to see.
For SUTV News, I'm Aiden Mortensen.
Moving on to national news, the early stages of March Madness are underway. Conferences that are currently playing their postseason tournaments are the American Sun, Big South, Horizon League, the Mountain Valley Conference, the Northeast Conference, the Ohio Valley Conference, the Sun Belt, and the West Coast Conference. March Madness will officially kick off with the first four on Tuesday, March 14th. In the NBA, Atlanta Hawks halted a hot Cleveland Cavaliers team, defeating them 112-101. Leading the Hawks was Sadiq Bey, who finished the night with 23 points and 8 rebounds. The Utah Jazz lost a heartbreaker to the Chicago Bulls, dropping the game 119-117. DeMar DeRozan led the Bulls with 29 points, including 2 late free throws to seal the win. That's all we have for today. From SUTV Sports, I'm Aiden Mortensen.
Thanks for the update, Aiden.
I want to play soccer.
Do it. Just do it. What is stopping you? Literally nothing.
No, a lot of things are stopping me.
No. What, the weather?
No.
Go inside.
Not the weather. Playing soccer on your own is very difficult.
Well, make more friends.
I have tried. Nobody in the U.S. likes soccer.
You can find people.
No.
You can't. We're close to Mexico. There's people who like soccer. Listen, I grew up in a household that loved soccer, so you just got to go find your people.
I do.
And they will help you.
I found a couple this week.
Fun fact.
We'll see if we'll get it started.
Yeah, we got this. Next, we will talk about things happening on campus.
We'll be right back.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies.
Selfie, nailed it. We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's split a ride home.
Welcome back to SUTV. I'm Cormac Bone. SUU has experienced a major growth in the student population over the last few years, including those of minority cultures. With diversity increasing in the student body, one club gets ready to show off their vibrant culture.
The Pacific Islander Student Association is holding their annual showcase next week from March 14th to the 16th from 6 to 8:30 p.m. Titled Tribute to the Island, this showcase gives guests a chance to learn about the rich heritage of Polynesian culture.
I feel like it's important to educate people on the culture just so they know that, we are loving people that love to just embrace our culture and to help others to feel that love, that we have for each other. So.
During the event, several dances, traditions, and values will be shown to better understand the history of the Pacific Islands.
There's a lot of people that have not been exposed to Polynesian culture, and so it's just, again, a super cool opportunity to bring that to people. I think most people's knowledge is the haka online or something, a haka, and that's part of the culture, but not all of the culture, so it's cool to kind of bring a whole bunch of different things to other people.
With a large population of Pacific Islanders located in Utah, the club stresses the importance of connecting back with their ancestors and learning from their history.
Our culture is very important to us. Any Polynesian you meet is very proud of where they come from. They're very proud of, their heritage. It's important for us to continue to, I don't know if the word is perpetuate, but to continue to remember those things that we're proud of. There's a lot of kids in our show that grew up in Utah, grew up in places where they weren't necessarily a part of the Polynesian culture fully, all the way in, but things like this give them an opportunity to learn more about it, and so it helps us to remember our heritage, our culture, where we come from.
The showcase will take place in the Student Center Theater, and all are welcome. Reporting for SUTV News, I'm Bryson Olson.
While on the topic of our diverse student body, SUU students were treated to fun at the International Food and Festival Night on campus. Students were able to go on a culinary and cultural journey around the world. Without even leaving Cedar City, attendees visited countries like Japan and the Democratic Republic of the Congo. Each booth was a gateway to a different corner of the globe, offering authentic dishes, traditional drinks, and arts and crafts. Each item reflected the rich tapestry of the different cultures present. There was something there for everyone to enjoy. There was even live entertainment from the Pacific Islander Student Association. This night was a true melting pot of cultures where people from all walks of life came together to share in the joy of food and connection. The International Food and Festival Night was a celebration of diversity, unity, and the universally loved language of food.
I think my favorite part is just to meet new people because everyone shows because it's free food. So everyone's like, oh, we love free food. And then you can meet so many people and you can also get to know the culture about all the countries that we're putting food for. So I think it's just amazing because it helps people opening about internationally what are the culture, what food are people eating in which countries, and I think it's a good event.
In spring 2024, the three hosts of Thunder 91's morning radio show, The Morning Brew, are celebrating a whole year of working the show together. Christina Schweiss, Aiden Mortensen, and I have changed how we ran the show when we first started in spring 2023. This year, each weekday has its own special minigame like Would You Rather Wednesday or Tangent Tuesday. Aiden and Christina will be graduating at the end of this year, so stay tuned to hear who hosts next. You can listen into our show every weekday from 7 to 8 in the morning on Thunder 91.1 FM. You guys, it's the last show.
Last one more. We're all together.
Thank goodness.
Thank you. Rude.
Anyway, thanks for tuning in. That's all we have for you. I'm Cormac Bone.
I'm Christina Schweiss.
I'm Aiden Mortensen.
And I'm Brooklyn Monson. Tune in next week for more.
Go Birds!
Go, go.